Matthew here from miniwargaming.com, and we are going to have a rematch of our Apocalypse game. This is going to be 5,000 points of Tyranids versus 5,000 points of Chaos Space Marines and Chaos Demons. Kind of a mixture of the two. Chaos versus Tyranids. The last time we did this, I accidentally lost half the footage. It was an accident. I already explained that, but that's okay. I promise I will not lose the footage for this one. If the camera acts up, I can't do anything about that. But I will not lose the footage. I will transfer it, I will back it up, and I will leave it on the camera as well until I'm finished editing it and uploading it. No way I'm going to lose this footage. Okay? Now, if you are a Vault member, then go, before you watch this, go and watch the pre-game show. We have the Behind the Battle series. That is for Vault members only. If you're not a Vault member, you can join right now for only 99 cents and get a 7-day trial and watch all of our videos. We'll put a link right below this video so you can watch that. Either way, 5,000 points. We've made a couple changes that we're going to show you. Our armies are a little different from last time. We've kind of adapted to each other. And I think this will be a much more interesting game anyway because of that adaptation. And I don't think there's as much waste in our armies as there was last time. So I'm looking forward to this. So let's take a look at just everything. The board, the armies, and let the Apocalypse fun begin. We're going to start by taking a look at John's 5,000 points of chaos. If you saw the last Apocalypse game, you'll see this looks very familiar, but he has made some rather important changes. So first off, right here we have, what's the name of the guy's name again?
Angron.
Angron. He's is he gargantuan?
No, he's just monstrous.
Just monstrous creature. Okay. And he's got his retinue of bloodthirsters. Last time you had brought 6 bloodthirsters.
Yeah, and this time I only brought 2.
Yeah, because they didn't really get to do much when they got charged by the Hormigons. And we still have the 2 Demon Princes with Lash Whip, so he can move my guys around a bit. We still have the Fate Weaver, and we still have Scarbrand. And I think I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, Scarbrand. And he's going to be joining this group of Blood Crushers on Juggernauts, which look like they should be cavalry, but they're just regular infantry, just on large bases. And then these guys are what again?
They're Seekers.
Seekers. They are beasts, so they get fleet, and they also get to charge 12 inches. And they all have power weapons, right?
They have Rending, 4 attack space, initiative 6.
So they're nice high initiative, rending, lots of attacks.
But they only have a 5-up invul, and that's it.
Right. Well, pretty much all the demons you find are pretty squishy if you get to shoot them or hit them.
Most demons are like that.
But they hit hard.
Yeah. It's more volume of fire than quality of fire. If you shoot a melty gun, it's pretty useless compared to just a bolter.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we have a group of Chaos Terminators. And who's this guy?
Cypher.
That's Cypher. Because that's not actually Cypher, is it?
No, he's using Abaddon's rules.
That's Abaddon. Oh, so that's Cypher, but he's actually Abaddon. So it's Abaddon being, or Cypher being proxied as Abaddon.
It's because they got rid of the rules for Cypher, and he's my favorite character. That's why I always use him.
That's too bad. Got 3 groups of chosen with lots of plasma guns, and we got combi flamers on the rhinos. We've got a group of Khorne Berserkers, and that's Karn the Betrayer, right?
Yes, it is.
Good old Karn. He was in the last game too. He didn't get to do much, but hopefully this game he does more. And we've got a group, or a couple groups of Bloodletters, and 6 Obliterators. Is it 3 groups of 2?
I haven't figured it out. Probably just 6 normal, 6 regular.
So there's 6 individual groups?
Yeah, so I can break them up.
Yeah, so they can all come in individually. You can do that with Apocalypse. It's the fun thing. You've got to be careful not to overdo that, because then it can slow down the game. But in this case, it's just 6 guys. So this is John's 5,000 points. And it's got lots of power weapons, lots of rending, lots of ignoring armor. Hoping to... And we've decided, just so you know, that anything that can outflank just gets the flank march in the Apocalypse game. That's what we've decided. You can always make your own custom rules for your game, so that's what we've decided to do. And on this side of the ring, we have my Endless Swarm. There's a couple differences to the last army. I think I actually brought more Gaunts this time. There are 100 Hormagaunts, 5 groups of 20, and 100 Termagaunts, 5 groups of 20 as well. The Hormagaunts have toxin sacks. The Termagaunts do not, because I brought 5 Tervagons. 2 of these are actually Tervagons. The other 3 are Carnifexes who are proxying as Tervagons. Because the last game, the Carnifexes sucked. So I'm just going to bring Tervagons, and because I need more Synapse. I didn't bring any Warriors. Instead, I brought 50 Gene Stealers. It's actually 5 groups of 10. And they all have toxin sacks as well. And then for the heavy hitting guys, we've got a Barbed Hierodule, 2 Trigon Primes and 2 Hive Tyrants, one with wings and scything talons, and one with the Lash Whip and Bone Sword, as well as a heavy Venom Cannon. Both of them have Paroxysm and Leech Essence, so I can knock down some weapon skills to 1, and also hopefully pull some wounds off and keep those guys alive. And they both have regeneration as well. So there's an Endless Swarm formation here, but that is the only formation that I'm bringing. Everything else is just normal. So the Gaunts and Hormagaunts get to come back, and everybody else does not. Lots of Synapse, which is why I brought the Tervagants. So this is my 5,000 points for this Apocalypse game. We've decided to play on a 6x6 board. Well, it's almost 6 feet by 6 feet. It's a little bit more. This line of buildings marks the edge of the board. So what you see here, it's probably about 6 and 5 inches or something like that. Doesn't really matter. We found that the 8-foot board was a little too big last time, but we wanted it still to be big enough that it's not an unfair advantage for all the Gaunts coming in wherever they want. So there's lots of buildings here and some terrain, but there's still lots of open spaces because you don't want to bog the game down too much with cover saves. You just want to get lots of killing in. So now we are going to place objectives and also mark out no man's land. We have placed our 6 objectives. You have to place 3 each, 1 in your side, 1 in your opponent's side, and 1 in no man's land. No man's land is within 6 inches of this line. Goes from the corner to a place the scattered eye pointed at. That's what we decided to do this time. That's the normal Apocalypse rules. So we've got 3 clumped together. They're at least 12 inches apart and 12 inches from the edges. And then we've got 3 in each corner, or 1 in each corner. 1 over there, 1 over here, and 1 over here. One thing I failed to mention is that John's army has disruptor beacons. So basically, whenever I come in from the board edge, he's going to be rolling. If he rolls a 4+, he gets to put it wherever he wants. So I wanted to make sure that the objectives were spread out, so it's hard for him to put it somewhere that was completely ineffective. Also, the rules that we're going to play is in order to capture an objective, you can use any kind of guy except immobilized vehicles, right?
Yeah. And do we want to do the 50% rule, or do we want to just...
No, let's just do full, because last time we did that, a lot of guys got down below their strength, and so, yeah. Immobilized vehicles do nothing. They do not contest or take objectives, but everybody else can take it at any strength. Because I don't think we have anything that says that you're not allowed to take objectives. And in order to have an objective, you have to be within 3 inches of the side. Some people say you're supposed to do it from the middle, but really, it doesn't really matter as long as you declare it beforehand. So within 3 inches of the side, that's what we're doing. And your enemy has to not be in there. And you have to not be fleeing and all that. But you could be out of Synapse, as long as they're not running. Okay, so there's the board. Now, normally for sides you bid for deployment, but John has told me he wants to go second for his strategy to work. And so I will gladly take first, which means I'm going to take this side, the side that has more space. And he also gives me 30 minutes to deploy, so I'm just going to deploy everything. It won't take me 30 minutes though, luckily. So let the game begin. The demons are like, never mind. So this is my big old block of Nids. He's going to be coming in from the table edges. So you can see my guys are pointing towards the table edges to simulate that. Line these guys up along the no man's land. Clumped all my synapse in the middle so that he can't deep strike into the middle of them and start to kill them all. Although with his lash, that'll be problematic. And he's deciding to keep everything in reserve, so we're not going to see him at all. Did you take careful planning?
No.
So we're not going to see his guys at all until the end of turn 2. So turn 1 is going to be very uneventful, and turn 2 might be a bit more eventful, but it'll be turn 3 where the real bloodbath begins. So now we're going to enter into the epic Tyranids turn 1, but not like epic 40k.
Visit miniwargaming.com to see our videos 1 month early.